Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 290. It is myself and my son, Jack, back down in the basement, half of us, to talk about another week of professional wrestling. We will quickly run through Royal Rumble. We'll talk AEW Dynamite, NXT, maybe a couple things on Raw, I guess, were notable. I do have Collision notes, but I don't know if we'll even bother doing them. Welcome back, Jackson.
Hola.
So we were chatting a bit off air again, wasting some of our, firing some of our bullets there, but we'll circle back around to them. Timestamps to whatever you want to find and listen to. We usually banter for a couple minutes before we get into the serious wrestling, but you're on a bit of a timeline, so we'll try and keep this
slightly
brief. For me, the only thing new for me is I don't know if you've seen any ads for the 2,000 push-up challenge that's supposed to raise awareness for suicide, I believe it is.
I saw someone doing that. Now it makes sense.
So I started that. It's weird because it's for the month of February, but sorry, my camera's wonky.
Weekend.
You start on February 5th. So
we're 2 days in.
So it goes February 5th to the end of the month. So I think if my math is right, and it better be, so I don't get close and fail, that's 87 push-ups a day. So honestly, if you break it into so I'm doing 4 groups of 22, right? So 88, done. I do one right when I get up in the morning, and then I find time through my workday to do 2, and then I do one at night. So I'm saying it out loud to more people because it holds me accountable, right? If nobody knows that I'm doing it, it's really easy to just stop doing it.
This is why you do it on social media.
So I've got this is it for me. This and whoever actually listens to this can ask me. I tell people
you gotta tell your phys ed faculty, and then they'll get on your ass about it.
I have my classes programmed to ask me, did you do your push-ups today? Because I do a set in the morning class and a set in the afternoon class, right? So I've got 25 kids holding me accountable, asking me every day, did you do your It's only been 2 days, but anyways, it's kind of cool. And I'm using it as an excuse to start a little bit of working out more frequently because I've been very sporadic lately. So at least I'll be doing something every single day. Yeah. And you had what you said, was it technically semi-formal last night? Formal,
I guess. Yeah. I would probably call it something like that. Yeah.
So did you go with we're the crew of people, a bunch of people?
Yeah, the usual group I'm hanging out with now. Yeah, most of us went.
That's good. And how late did that go till?
It was going till 10:30, I think.
Yeah.
We left around 10, I would say.
Nice. So, sounds like a good time. Your brother doesn't have basketball this weekend, so we're actually recording on the Saturday. Kind of nice. Was it windy as heck for you last night?
It was it was fine getting there. There was nowhere to put your shoes, so I had to wear I think I wore my black Nikes there.
Yeah.
Otherwise I would have worn my boots outside. But then when we came out, yeah, it's that brutal snowstorm kind of wind.
It was
terrible when we came out. On the way there, we were fine.
We could just hear it all night. It would wake us up. It was whistling by the house.
I don't think I heard it, so it might not have been that bad when I went to bed. But when we came out of the venue, which it is called the venue, so technically that's right on multiple counts.
Very on the nose with the naming.
It's when prom for KHS was at the Manor. I was I love when we name things the thing that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
It
no
was
confusion.
It was on the same street as Milk and Tea, which is also naming something the thing that it is, kind of. So also was kind of funny.
Yeah, everyone should go to Milk Tea and buy lots of stuff. It's delicious.
Yeah, I told Phil Cho I'm bringing a gaggle of people today.
Oh, nice.
I gotta bring them the business.
Absolutely.
And I think depending on the time, he might not be there, so I might be able to pay this time. Did I tell you?
You try to pay and he won't let you?
Yes.
Yeah, same with us.
I went and I tried to pay, and I think he charged me $13,000 or something. I kept telling him to charge me, and he was okay, and then he just makes
That's funny.
Ridiculous, and I'm I guess I'm going into student debt.
I'm glad you try to pay. That's the
I have, because I know mom does, so
that's
I
the
figured
right
I'd
move.
give it a shot.
Yes.
And then he just charges me a ridiculous amount anyways. And then I think I got a bagel last time too, because the bagels are killer.
Are they?
Have you had one? Yeah, no, you gotta, because Kathy makes the bagels and the cream.
I do like a good bagel. I did not know that.
They're great bagels.
Okay, I'll know that for next time.
They got dill pickle cream cheese, which I feel like you'd like.
I would.
It's quite good. I think last time I stayed at Momo's, she bought Or, like, either she either bought them or Phil gave her some, like, and then she also got, like, a tub of the cream cheese.
She's probably not allowed to pay either, I would assume.
I would imagine not. I don't
That's how they
we
work.
don't none of us seem to, but it's fine. If he's not there, then I will, and I have, like I think I have, like, 5 people maybe?
Good.
I
That's
don't know.
great for him. Uh, that's pretty good banter for us. You ready to talk wrestling?
I think so.
All right, our first segment, and it wasn't hard to find this week, which was nice. That is talking about some of wrestling news and rumors. I think I fixed my angle of camera a little bit, you said?
I think so.
So news this week, I quickly found a bunch. I was much later than usual looking for it and was
It
like,
kinda helps having stuff coming out of the Rumble, I think is definitely part of it.
that too. So the first one I have is definitely not the biggest news item on the week. So I guess we're going to bury the lead a little bit this week or whatever they say. Just because I kind of like her. Kelly Kincaid, right? She announced her impending departure, like even before she's gone. I think she's like, I'm not renewing, I'm not staying. So
That's kinda what Ciampa did.
no reason given. I don't know if she wants to wrestle because I was reading a bit of the as I like reading this headline in the article that she
I
was
forgot that she wrestled, but
she was wrestling since 2018, and just wasn't really used too much. And then she had a child in 2024 with who? Do you know? Do you know who? I did not know this. Wrestler, current.
no.
Her husband is partly or directly responsible for your favorite main roster wrestler right now. Who's your favorite main roster person?
Kit Wilson.
Okay. So who's responsible for him being where he is right now?
Is it Ellen Prince?
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
I was like, "Okay, interesting."
Like how I got there, got you to the answer.
It does make sense. I
Yeah.
was gonna say that even before, like, I guessed Kit Wilson, but I was like, "Elton Prince? Really? Okay.
So
Good
she
for
may
him."
be busy with newborn, right? And all of that stuff.
And
So
he's, like, horribly crippled.
right. So yeah, I thought that was I kind of think she's good. Not that she plays a major role. So
I will say to Ellen Prince, get well soon, but also Kit Wilson.
right.
So,
Right.
just saying. Speaking of Kit Wilson, I'm gonna talk about Kit Wilson now. Apparently he was flown to Saudi Arabia, but not used on SmackDown or the Rumble.
That's
I'm
a
not surprised they would waste such a good opportunity to use such like a beloved character right now. It's
I
just
know.
such an over character. And like credit to him, he posted a TikTok saying, "Jokes on you if you thought I was going to enter the Rumble with all those toxic men." And then he called all the participants toxic. So even when he's not on TV, he's gold. And he kind of made like a similar comment on SmackDown last night. He was on there, and then he got squashed by Oba, which that's a good use of him, I think.
And I think there might be a chance that they let him get over because they kind of this is what they together it seems like came up with, right? So
Yes.
he's not getting over on his own.
It's not like it's entirely organic, which we're saying that like the bad things, so it's
But
funny.
if you want the guy to be successful, that's how it has to be in WWE,
Yes.
right? Because Zack Ryder just wasn't supposed to be anything, and then everyone started loving him.
Yes.
And so this is what they're getting people to. So maybe he has a chance, right?
And the thing that really bothers me is like that we wasted spots on like Mr. Iguana, La Parca, and like Cardona, but we had Kit Wilson like ready to go. I'll excuse the double Americana thing because that's funny and I like that.
Sorry, even further into that, that's why
Like,
Finn Balor couldn't get in because
also, why Finn Balor couldn't get in?
because
Yes.
La Parca, who
Yes, sorry. La Parca. Right. Sorry. I forgot we need to have La Parca
I
in here.
think
I'm
La
so sorry.
Parca, because I didn't put it in my abridged notes for Rumble, he got like an anti-reaction. Like I think it was quieter than quiet when he came out. They have no clue who he is.
That's a general like issue with the Saudi crowd too.
They have
Like
no outside of the main players in
yes.
WWE.
Like compared to regular crowds, I'll say, for lack of a better term, like it is just an issue with the Saudi crowd, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah, like La Parca, are we for real?
there was no reaction. None. None,
Like,
none, none.
come on.
Terrible news. I don't know if you saw this morning. So referee Daphne LaShawn, I'm not even sure who that is. I didn't look up an image.
Black female ref, she's married to Leon Ruff. I don't know if you
Okay,
remember.
so awful. House fire.
I saw about this, yeah. I
Lost her
saw a wrestling
grandmother,
video.
grandfather, uncle, and a cousin, and the cousin has 5 kids.
That's
So
insane.
terrible, which is weird because I just replaced our smoke detector like 2 days ago.
I saw people, I think, like, I wanna say Liv Morgan, maybe some other people donating to her, so it seems like she's at least getting some good support.
So over $100,000 raised,
Yeah.
and in a GoFundMe, I guess, and many wrestlers donated. I noticed KO donated
I'm not
$10,000.
surprised.
No, he's a good dude. Good Canadian boy.
Yes.
So that's crazy. I hope everything goes well as
Mhm.
possible with that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Canadian boys, Jericho is apparently still displayed on the AEW roster page because he
No.
is
Uh-uh.
actually still under contract.
What? This has all been sorry.
I don't that was the report I heard, and now I'm confused.
I am confused. He can't.
Um,
It's
please no.
nah, that's yes, that's our bottom
If
line is
he
just no.
comes back, that's gonna be the ultimate joke on me, I think.
They both of us, it will not be
Yes.
although our worst of becomes easy.
But, like, I I don't know if that's worth it to me,
I agree. You're right. Interesting
especially because
stuff.
Dynamite's been good.
Interesting stuff outside of wrestling from Ricochet, right? Just social
Yes,
media
he's been
things.
going off. I
Um,
kinda like it. It
I do too, right? So he's accused basically WWE of hurting his momentum and like draining his passion for
I
wrestling.
mean,
We watched it all. We all watched it happen in real time.
we did. I can't even say he's wrong is the thing.
And then he also went on to say the same thing happens, and this is where he'll take heat, right? Because he's speaking for other people, especially like lost their passion. Like that's hard to. But anyways, he says Balor, Shinsuke, Apollo Cruz.
He's not wrong with those, though. You look
Tell
at what
me when he's
Balor's
telling
doing.
lies.
Dude, Shinsuke just lost to Tama Tonga on
But
SmackDown. Shinsuke, like, you look at Nakamura, and I know you know this, like, a decade ago, Nakamura,
the
when he came
best,
in,
my
Nakamura was
favorite
a
guy.
decade ago, and it's insane to see the fall off.
Yeah,
The
New
only thing
Japan. Him
that I
was
didn't agree with was, like, that Generico is a better legacy than Sami Zayn.
right.
I think Zayn's carved out a pretty solid career for himself.
Yeah,
I know people are kinda turning on him right now, but I would say overall his career is pretty good. But, like, yeah, and, like, Balor a decade ago was, like, the guy in
yeah,
NXT,
he was
and,
great.
like, even, like, what was it? 5 years ago, he was the guy in NXT again
Yeah,
when he had that heel run we really liked.
yeah.
Like, I don't think the examples he gave are entirely terrible.
Me either. And then he went on, he said, WWE kills legacies and love of the sport. It's what they do best.
I
Which
don't
is,
it's not a I don't think it's completely out of pocket.
but the thing I appreciate most is he is like, I'll set fire to that bridge. I don't care. And you know, there's tons of guys that feel this way, but they can't say it because
Mhm.
it is the place of a
That's
very,
why AEW is important, though,
right? Like
because if
your
they love it, then they can stay there.
it's like your profession and you're good at it and you love it, but there's like
Mhm.
3 places to work, right? And
Right.
so you can't and one of them is like whatever 70% of the market share or more, I don't know. So
Yeah,
you
whatever
can't
it is.
burn that bridge. And he's like, "Ah, let's torch it." And I appreciate it.
I'm sure if AEW doesn't work out, he'd be New Japan would be happy to have him again because what else are they doing?
So Ricochet as a heel and Ricochet as a person on social media are both shocking me that I'm
Well,
so
it's also, like, ever since
on
he got
board.
the heel character, he's been so much funnier on social media too, so
Yeah.
it's like it kinda goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it's been good.
Some Saudi Arabian sandy. All the other stadiums in Saudi were being used for football games on the day of the Rumble. So in a month, a new
Yeah,
stadium was built from scratch for
right.
SmackDown and the Rumble. Like, I mean, if the money they paid for to host the Rumble and next year's Mania wasn't enough, this is a truly insane display on how much money that country has.
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
look at that problem and not be like, oh, let's move one of the football games. Let's move the Rumble a day later. Literally anything. They're like, nah, let's build a stadium.
Let's
Like,
build a state-of-the-art stadium overnight.
let's build a scene, and I'll say this, at least for the Rumble, the set looked amazing.
It
I
did.
thought the set was great.
No
Uh,
complaints there.
everything else, I don't
Yeah,
but it looked great. I was just like, "That's an insane thing to do."
it is. My final nugget is more about Ava. Remember, you shocked me last week by telling me she was gone. Her choice, right? So her girlfriend had been fired like weeks before this.
You think it's like a Cody Rhodes thing? Like, 'cause remember, that was like a theory of one of the reasons why I left AEW is because like, something to do with Brandy.
So I'm wondering, and this is just me conspiring or whatever, is it like WWE goes, listen, she, and no offense, because she seems a bit cooler now that she's away from WWE, right?
Mm.
But if they're like, listen, she's not good at anything wrestling related, but we can't release her. Her dad's on the board, but
We can fire her girlfriend.
and then her contract's up in 2 weeks, right? Or whatever it was, and she's not gonna wanna come back. I don't know, but it just seems like interesting to me. The timing of that is very coincidental, right? But it's like you can't. She's shown she's terrible at everything, but you can't get rid of her.
She is terrible at everything.
So
The ultimate nepo baby.
ultimate, and that's the thing is I've watched. I think it was Stevie Richards or something, that James guy that talks to him, and he was going off about that too because Rock put out a thing about how he's proudest because she like took her own path and never gave the
What
phone.
is this bullshit about her own path?
And like he was so proud of her because
Because she didn't use the name. That's why.
well, no, it's because she could have made the call to him to say, "Dad, get me a job," but she didn't. So when you roll in there as Rock's daughter, whether you called him or not, you like that's not an advantage. Sorry, go ahead. I could tell you're annoyed.
Right. I don't think it's possible for anyone in that family to blaze their own path. I'm sorry. Not like fully, at least.
Right. It's not.
Even like remember Solo Sokoa, they're doing like he's doing his own thing, but then he got like engulfed in the bloodline anyways.
There's no way she rolled in for an audition or whatever, and that nobody knew.
Dude, Tonga Loa is on TV every week. Like,
right.
He's not even actually related to them.
And she trained to be a wrestler for like 2 years or something.
Yeah, and she's
and that's what we got. We saw what the result of that was. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, you're a backstage role. Oh, you also can't talk.
Or act. Or emote.
And I mean, this sounds mean, but I mean talk in terms of like act well, present well, but also like some speech issues at the early beginning, right?
Yeah.
Anyways. That was my last one.
Nice. 2 more. AEW are expected to sign Clark Connors after the collision match with Darby Allin. After watching Dynamite, it seems more likely as well.
I've been sort of.
I'm coming around on it.
So it's funny you say that because my thing watching Dynamite, I just watched it last night, was like Clark Connors is cool right there.
Yeah,
and I'm always like he's fine. Like
I'll say it later, but like he seems like the kind of perfect add-on for Gabe Kidd.
I thought he was cool, and I'm not.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I also thought it was cool.
Okay, good.
But yeah, this is said to bode well for interest in Finlay too. Please no. I don't think Finlay's cool.
No,
I do not think he's cool. And then I would also wager it would parlay interest in like full signing Gabe Kidd when that time comes.
The problem,
I forgot Gabe Kidd's not even signed.
The problem is with Finlay, like I think they have to treat him like he's at a certain level, and I don't think he's at that level.
I don't think he is.
And that's why I like these two guys, because they're just kind of, we can figure out where they're at.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, it's kind of like I was saying, like, Andrade, I was like, I don't know if I want him in the world title scene, but he's kind of proving otherwise.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah, he is.
You know what I mean?
Welcome
but, like,
to the
I can't,
team.
I wrote this before Dynamite. I can't say I care much either way. Connors is fine. I don't want Finlay. I do want Kidd.
I know. That's how I feel. He's fine.
But now I'm like, cool. I kind of do want Connors.
I know.
So yeah, we'll see where that goes. And then Royce Keys is expected to be on the SmackDown roster moving forward. I would wager this is partially because he's good friends with Cody. Maybe that had some sway, but I also know I think he's friends with Punk, so maybe I don't know. I do fear it might be an early sign of career derailment. Unless SmackDown sharpens up, he's kind of stuck in that purgatory, and he might go the way of like Phoenix and Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's another thing in the Rumble. Phoenix got done dirty.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, grass is always greener, right?
Is that our segue? Are you done your news? All right, we're gonna quickly go through because I'm the only one that watched it. I texted you midweek, like, do you watch Rumble? And basically, you're like, the further you get from it, the less inclined you are. Even though I was telling you one match was awesome and you should probably check it out.
I might. We'll see.
All right, so let's find out which match was awesome. We'll take a very quick run through of last weekend's Royal Rumble. The Rumble started out with the women's match. We already talked about the set and stuff, and I'm going to try and get
it's super huge, but like also super like stylized, so I really liked it.
Looked empty. I was texting you like empty, hard cam side empty, but apparently I've seen some other videos and zoomed in, and you can see there are people there, so I don't know. I was confused. And to be fair, they weren't loud enough to convince me that it was full either. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's like a roar, I'm like, okay, it probably is people.
Apparently, this also doesn't fill the Saudi quota, so there's still going to be 2 shows this year.
Amazing. So Women's Rumble is first. There's only 4 matches on this card. And due to their, views on women and the need to show no skin, it was really tough to tell some people apart.
Oh, it looked brutal. I've seen it's just like did you see, I think it was like let me see what group it was, but I know it's like Chelsea Green and Kalani Jordan, like a bunch of people, I think Jordan Grace. They did the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one.
Yes, I
It's
saw
like
that.
I thought it was so funny. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
So I appreciated, I forget who it was now, a week away, but I appreciated the women that came out in white because they stood out and popped. And like
Oh yeah, it was
Kalani Jordan had almost like a psychedelic, super multicolored, so she
I thought
stood out
hers was
too.
really cool. It
It
was
was.
Chelsea, Dupree, Lonnie, Jane, Niall, and I think maybe one more. Oh, and Grace, I think.
But like the black patent leather or whatever, it
I
was
thought
20.
Charlotte's ring gear looked really bad.
So there were
There were
times,
a lot of them that look really bad, but just like it's just all the latex bodysuits all together, it's such an eyesore. Like I
I know,
don't it's
latex
just so bad.
bodysuits. Yeah.
Like it's just like they all look the same, but, like, they're different, but they're the same. It's like,
Yes.
at least when you allow the women to wear their actual attires, or even the men for that matter, when you allow everybody to wear the actual attire, there's actual difference in, like, differentiation and, like, variety,
Yeah,
like
so for me, when it was like the wide angle, if that's the right term, the furthest back angle camera, and there were lots of people in there were times where I'm in because I went back through, I took really detailed notes sort of to keep
yeah,
me engaged. Part of it was, um, so I pared those down to talk because we don't need to go in that in depth a week after. It's the day after that's different. But so paring those down, there's multiple times where I'm like, I waited for I think it was Ivy Nile got eliminated, and I needed the thing across the bottom saying Ivy Nile because I wasn't
and how
quite
old this
sure.
man is now, hey?
And then there was another one where I think I confused Rodriguez with some, but I think I said Rodriguez and Ripley from a
I thought,
distance looked similar.
I saw Perez had cool gear too. It
Yeah.
was black and, like, green or
A
something. I
few
thought
of them stood out, which was really
Ruka had
smart.
really nice gear, I thought.
Yeah,
Ruka
she did.
looked really cool.
Apparently, I saw
She
somewhere like
made parts of it.
she
Yeah.
cobbled that together from, I
I
don't
know
know.
she made parts of it at least, which I think is cool.
So one thing I did tire of, I felt like this was kind of uninspired. Like my final comments are like paint by numbers. So it was very much the formula that got tiresome of, so let's say you have 2 minutes till you run down. There's 2 minutes before the next person comes in. You dominate for like 2/3 of that time. Then somebody gets control of you. Then the next person comes
Mhm.
in, right? So if it varied from that, then you. So for some, they would come in and they don't even get to dominate. Felt like it really established the pecking order of the division. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I heard this like, people talk about this Rumble being really sloppy.
It was not my favorite. So it just got that routine because a lot of my detailed notes were like, she dominates until she doesn't, because that was the standard thing, right? Come in, you're hot, someone gets control of you finally, and then new person. And
Yeah.
so that was a lot of that. So notable things, Bliss and Flair were 1-2, right? And they tease kind of, are they going to fight? And they don't. But then later, much later in the match, Flair is the one to eliminate Alexa Bliss with somebody else at the same time. So it left the door open, like, was it
Yeah.
on purpose? Was it not? Sort of thing. Um, Natty and Maxine come out one after the other. And Maxine didn't do much, and it was really bad. I can't remember. One of them was the way she ran was like Irish whipped into the ropes, I think it was ridiculous. Anyways, that and commentary working so hard to convince us that this version of
That she's
Natty,
good.
this
Oh,
version
and
of Natty
Natty, right.
is just devastating, right? So that made me laugh. Lash Legend looked really good. She's a very believable powerhouse.
Limbs.
And she got to eliminate Flair and Io. Io's was cool. She was hanging by her feet in the ropes, I think, like past the apron, trying to not hit the floor, and Lash just like stomps her and knocks her to the floor. So she looked good. I think, like, for her level in the company, Kiana James looked really good. Because I'm like, why is she still in doing things? Like, I haven't seen her. Not that I don't like her. Remember, I think it was maybe the
Yeah,
Iron Survivor where I thought
I
she
think
looked
so.
surprisingly good. So I like Sol Ruka, but I feel like it's just because of the Soul Snatcher. People, oh, what a performance! Whereas I think Lash got way more out of this than, but
Like, in
Ruka's
terms and, like, variety too.
and Ruka's finisher again. We are not the biggest on it just because it requires some.
It's so much opponent
Right.
participation
So I
and
mean
cooperation.
that's nerd levels we were at, but but again I think she's good, but the biggest pop of the night was the surprise entrance of Brie Bella.
Yeah, I'll take issue with that too because we talked about the men's
I thought you
entrance
might.
already. Like Triple H is like promising big surprises and like it's a new era tonight, and then like your surprise for the women's match is Brie Bella.
Like literally.
Or-
NXT people that we kind of expected anyways.
Yeah,
And Brie Bella, she did get a huge reaction. I can't lie.
Brie Bella.
Um, Other things that came out of this, Kyrie Sane accidentally eliminated Asuka. Asuka's like pissed off and was dragging her out by the hair, so it seems like something might go on there. Liv
I hope we
eliminated.
do like insane Oscar. That'd be great.
I know. Liv
It'll happen.
intentionally eliminated Rodriguez, snuck up behind her, so that would probably create some tension. I think.
They smoothed it over on Raw, but like I feel like there's like a tease that's like it'll probably come back around.
I think Liv's gonna end up babyface.
Probably.
I just think she's so popular, right? People cheer her regardless. So
Hey, she finally got there. I used to hate her.
I know she's good. She is good now.
She's all right.
Yep. Ruka, Stratton, Liv are the final three. They're all on the apron to finish. Ruka tries to go for a soul snatcher, I think. Stratton just shoves her to the floor. She's out.
I think the finish looked pretty good.
It was. I like the finish quite a bit. And then Liv immediately follows up with an Oblivion to Stratton off the apron. Liv wins, as predicted by one of us, maybe both of us.
I think I got it.
It was an hour and 7 minutes
Oh,
long.
it was my number 1. It was your number 2, so I get 1 more point.
You get 3 points. I get 2.
And then I also get a point for most elims.
And what? And then I get a point for Lola and Soul.
You also get a point for Lola and Soul, and I get 1 for JC Jane.
So where does that put us overall?
I don't.
Tied. You do the math. And then over under accurate, I guess. Eh?
Oh, I need to find.
Tell me that, and then I'll go on my evaluation, and you can do math.
Cage match. I should have thought of this before.
So your brother, speaking of math, has the same math teacher you had for 2 years. So he's in the midst of like basketball 4 nights a week.
He sent me a snap. He looked like he was in the bathroom or something, and he just like flips the camera, and it's like a math sheet or something.
Yeah, he ends up doing math really late at night because his life is busy.
The Rumble got 6.18.
Okay, so I'm like accurate. I gave it 3 stars.
Meltzer went 3.5.
Under. I thought it was kind of paint by numbers, right? Nobody really stood out. And again, people will talk about Ruka, fine. Thought Lash Legend looked really good. The big surprises were Brie Bella and Tiffany Stratton, I guess, right?
Like Stratton was heavily reported.
Right.
Already.
So, and neither of those are a needle mover. Flair, I think, was the Iron Woman, but almost did nothing. Like she was in it forever, but didn't really do anything notable. Becky, too, like nothing really notable. And her elimination was Natty just picking her up and dropping her over the ropes. So you got stories coming out. Asuka and Kyrie, probably Liv and Raquel, and maybe some other things I'm forgetting. But
Charlotte and Alexa, I guess.
The big, so there were 2 like Kofi-esque moments, right? One was just Saul Ruka's hanging out of the ring and puts her hands on the floor. That was it. Like not a handstand or anything. She's still attached to the ring. And then the other one was good. It was Chelsea Green standing on Alba Fire on all fours, and Chelsea Green standing on her back. Like Chelsea Green tried to be entertaining and do her thing. It just they didn't give her.
She always does.
They didn't give her room to do it. So, anyways, the lack of Bianca Belair really hurt this. I think she was my pick to win, right? And obviously one of my surprise entrances. Just kind of bland, inoffensive Royal Rumble, completely average with a predictable winner. So that's why I went 3 stars, like average. Gunther AJ was the match that was awesome. It was the drama they were able to create because you're kind of like, it feels like Gunther has to win because his whole gimmick is retiring people. But
you wouldn't think they would hotshot AJ so soon, but then the build they did was like so weird. It made it obvious that AJ wasn't winning.
So the finish, I'll only go to series of counters. Gunther stops an AJ Pele kick with a sudden sleeper. AJ fights out of it momentarily. Gunther reapplies. Readjusts, and AJ's so close to the ropes. Gunther drags him back to the middle, and AJ passes out, so he doesn't tap out or smile or anything like Cena. Awesome match, super steady pace for 25 minutes. Gunther and maybe Dragunov are the only guys I can think of that get me to the cusp of being uncomfortable in matches. You know what I mean? Because they're just so devastating. And it was close here. He beat the hell out of AJ Styles, which made AJ super sympathetic because you don't want to see him retire, right? And Gunther's just this beast who's trying to kill him. The near falls, and like there were some really good near falls for AJ because he just put on a hell of a show in this. And you saw the aftermath, right? Like he takes the gloves off
But then he doesn't.
touches them to the mat. I wonder if he went into business for himself there. I really feel like the message is I'm done here, but I'm not done. And
He was on Stephanie McMahon's podcast, which I don't know if it was really that telling or anything, but
I also feel like commentary almost went overboard saying like, that's it, he's done, so that if he isn't done, they can, he's a liar and he's whatever. Because they even said, I put it after my official notes. Where was it? Cole says at the beginning of the match after this, the professional wrestling career of AJ Styles has ended. But I think when he talks about it, he says his WWE career has ended. I think he's going somewhere else. And I think maybe they didn't know he was going to do the glove bid either.
I think, yeah, because and I saw so some people will be like, oh, he doesn't have history. Like the amount of people in AEW has history with from New Japan, there's a lot. He could go to TNA, which
Yeah.
I think would be kind of lame.
I think AEW, some
I
dream
think
matches, and then
AEW.
out.
I'm kind of okay with that because I don't think it will go long.
I agree. I think like a year. I think he wants to be done this year. I think when
Yeah.
he says I want to retire in 2026, he means it, but it's not in February. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. I love the match. Over under accurate.
8.48 from Cage Match.
So I'm even over. I went 4.5, and maybe that's the WWE because it's like, oh my god, it's an awesome main roster match.
4.25 from Meltzer.
Okay, so I think that's probably more. I'm gonna officially change. I feel 4.5 is too strong because I think about the matches in AEW. I give 4.5, and this wasn't to that level. So awesome match though. And then we get Drew and Zammy after that. I wrote down a quote because it was such a forced thing. How often in your life has WWE mentioned any religion to you? Never. How about approximately 0 times?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Direct quote. Sami Zayn, a Muslim, considers this a home game. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So this match was very good. I think it probably suffered a bit by being another singles match after a super dramatic, right? Singles match.
And you've seen these guys face off a lot.
And you know Sammy's not winning. I'm pretty confident to
The
say.
only reason we thought he might was because of where it is.
By the way, did we both pick
Yeah,
pick
we both
Gunther?
picked Gunther
Okay.
and Drew.
So Drew honestly looked unstoppable here, which obviously makes Sammy the super resilient. Same formula as the match before too, almost, right? Which kind of hurts it.
But at the same time, with the other 2 matches being Rumbles, I feel like this is the only way you
It
could
is.
really.
I mean, a tag match, but that'd be crazy.
No, I mean, there was a tag title match on the dark match. There
Right.
was the 2 dark matches, apparently Wyatt Six challenging. Oh, it was non-title. Sorry, never mind. It was Wyatt Six beating Solo and Tama, so beating the tag champs, non-title match.
Eliminator match.
Yeah, right. Dark, and then a dark trios match. It was Nakamura and the Machine Guns against Waller and the New Day. So yeah, Nakamura's doing great, everybody.
Amazing.
And the Machine Guns. Let's add the Machine Guns to the list. They've only been here for like not even 2 years, and it's already what some people call the Fed effect.
I just saw an article somewhere about, I think it was an article, something, maybe just a headline, I don't know, about how badly they've dropped the ball on one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Motor City, and one of what should have been an emerging amazing team in Fraxium, right? Like,
Yeah. Fraxium's great because Fraxium was like the best thing in NXT that I didn't care about.
they were.
I cared about them when I didn't care about NXT, and the Machine Guns, like I I kind of wish Machine Guns went AEW. I
I
feel
know
like that would great.
they're super fun in their prime, man. I loved what they were
Even now,
bringing.
though, they're not bad.
They kind of pushed forward that style of like we have a whole bunch of awesome looking tandem stuff and we're really fast, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of ahead of their time. Over under accurate on this one. So
6.36.
so I'm over that. I went 3.5.
This is 3.25 for Meltzer.
They tried to protect Zayn too, right? Because he was doing a whole back thing, and yeah, it was fine. It was better than average, I would say. The men's rumble, then, not much to say about that one. I liked it better than the women's slightly, not by much. Femi was number 1 because remember it was spoiled that Braun was number 1, so they just were like they don't want to change the script, but you don't want to be right. So it's the same,
which I think is hilarious.
right? It's what is that called? A distinction without a difference, or something like maybe. So yeah, Femi's number 1, Braun's number 2, but he gets attacked and stomped by a masked person that I think was Logan Paul in the moment.
It was Waller.
I don't
I
think
don't know
so.
if that's the actual end result. I saw someone theorize that Rollins could take A-Town Down Under as his group.
You can find a side by side of Logan Paul standing like in the vision in the ring with his mouth, because he always has his mouth a little bit open. And then if you put it right
But
beside that, it's him.
I was told that read that it's Waller. Whether that's
Like
the
it
end
will
result
be
or not.
Waller.
No, that it was Waller.
Because I think it will be whoever. I think Seth Rollins.
I think it'll be Seth Rollins,
but I
or
don't think it
it'll be
was.
Theory.
Yeah. So anyways, he gets attacked and taken out and then immediately eliminated, right? So the guy that we picked to win and be the Iron Man.
Go the longest. We both took him as Iron Man.
Which I talked you into. Because
I picked, let it be on the record, I picked Javon.
No,
I had it in the bag.
That's the opposite of on the record. That is not on the record.
No, because we have it recorded that I picked Javon, and then you're like, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
And I thought I was showing integrity because I had that information.
You just screwed me over too. You know what's even funnier? We would have tied if I had that. You beat me by 1 point.
So that's why you show integrity, because it ended up screwing him over.
I saw it after. I was like, because then if you think about it, I got the Iron Man right, and I got the most women eliminations right. If I had stuck to
in this alternate universe where I wasn't showing him my integrity. So that was funny. Other notables, Rusev was in for all of a minute, so he's back literally a minute. I'm pretty sure it couldn't have been 2.
No, it was.
So his big heel run continues with the Fed. Royce Keys.
No. I won't talk about this entrance. I want to talk about this.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So
not Royce. Eventually Royce Keys.
He enters at 14 or something, and it's Powerhouse Hobbs, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Hobbs." And then the graphic plays and the wall breaks down, and then it's like, "Oh, sorry, not break the walls down," because he didn't show up.
No, he did not.
But then, the wall cracked, and it changes to Royce Keys. Why? Why would you even do that?
First of all, the only reaction he got was from the people
Hobbs.
who traveled over there. His reaction was not very good. It wasn't La Parka.
It would have gotten a better reaction in the States, because most people know
100%.
But why would you even do the Hobbs thing?
It's the Hideo Itami. He came out as Kenta.
Yeah.
And then he just
Kevin Steen signed it.
And I think Kenta cut a promo and said, "I'm not that," the first time he came out.
Remember Fraser came in as Ben Carter, and he competed as that for weeks at least, and he was no, Nathan Fraser. But this was why even bother using the name?
I know.
It's stupid.
Just melted away and was hot.
Get the reaction from everybody, and it's oh, he's Royce Keys. Why even bother?
Yeah.
Also, I think the Royce Keys name is kind of like a Blake Monroe thing, where there's some ties to it, which that's fine, I guess.
His son's name and his mom's maiden name.
I don't like the name really, but it's not terrible. I'm not gonna say it's terrible. It's just I don't really like it that much.
My wrestling experience over 40 years, now, has taught me that I don't get too mad about names, because you invariably just get used to it or go numb to it, and it's non-issue. So I don't get too
unless it's
fired up.
when they named Gunther after a Nazi.
Dolph Ziggler, I got used to.
Dolph Ziggler is
after that,
the only one I refused to get used to, I think, was Butch.
Yeah, you were.
I think that's the one I refused. And
that was the hill you were gonna die on.
I will still die on that hill. And honestly, it might get to that point with whichever Americano he is. I think he's Ryo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't actually know anymore.
Which one?
I don't know.
Which one of the creeds is that going to be? That's coming up right now, actually, because my next note was double Americano.
I love this, because I told you about this because you guys came up the day of the Rumble.
We did.
You guys came up to Peterborough, and I told you you were, because you jokingly you mentioned this as one of your, it wasn't one of the ones you picked, but it's one of the ones you mentioned. I was you kind of got one of the entrants right, but wrong character, and then you had to think about it for a second.
So I don't get points, or do I?
You don't, because you didn't actually pick him, and he wasn't actually there.
Wow.
I would
controversial.
I'm sorry, you screwed me out of a point, so I don't think I'm gonna give you anything here. I'm gonna take issue with cage match, because it says El Grande Americano, and in brackets it says Chad Gable.
Oh, half a point.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing Chad Gable. I mean, you watched it. Did you see Chad Gable in this match?
I did not.
I don't think so.
I guess that's the bottom line.
It says Ludwig Kaiser was also there.
I can't prove that Chad Gable was involved.
And then I remember seeing reports that Gable was backstage at Raw and he might make his return. I'm like, well, he wasn't in the Rumble, so that's good. And I sent the screenshot to you, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna find it because I like commented on some post about it, and then someone was saying like kayfabe's dead, let it be dead. And I was just
You
like,
sent
I
it
don't
to
know what
me.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I had to explain to your mother what that meant because you screenshotted it, said to me, she's like, "So?"
Oh, did you show her?
Yeah.
That would be funny. Where is that? I don't remember, but it was yeah, I commented something about, like, Gable being I was like, "It'd be nice for Gable to be back since he wasn't in the Rumble," and then someone commented about kayfabe. I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about,
Yes.
sir." So,
And so
I do
my
enjoy
goal
that this bit is back.
so now what has to happen, and somebody else suggested it, it's not me, I forget who, and I was texting you that now I need it, is that the creeds have to, like, be the other Rayo and whatever, Ryo, and the other one, what's the other name?
Ryo and Bravo. I
Right,
think
so
Bravo's base.
and the creeds need to be them and just act like what? And that
See
has
how
to
it's
happen.
instantly funnier when not Gable's back?
And further
Gable's not there,
to
the
further
original?
strengthen your case, whoever is under the mask and that is a 1.5 times the size of Chad Gable because
When we last saw him, so
he
yeah.
is jacked right now.
He's
He
jacked to
did
the
the
gills.
packed training
Or,
system.
like, Swerve. Yeah, he went back. I said on whatever the post was, I said, "When is Gable coming back?" And this person replies, "That is Gable. Kayfabe needs to be dead and stay dead." I said, "What are you talking about?"
You rage
He's
baiter.
That's my second favorite thing now. It's Kit Wilson, and then it's, OG Americana.
Is playing dumb on that is fun, yeah.
It's it it was always fun. That was like, when the gimmick started, that was my favorite thing to do. It
Other
was,
note
like, the only thing I think we actually, like, play in on because it's just funny.
it's fun. Other things notable, Brock Lesnar no selling Dragunov stuff, which really irritated me, and
That
then
really bothered me.
he also, as you reminded me, got eliminated during the Yeet Fest,
That
so it
kinda
was
makes that
like
almost makes up for it because that's really funny.
it was very strange, like, just,
That's really funny.
you have Jay Spears, Roman reverses the whip attempt, eliminates Jay, Reigns, Orton, Gunther, Paul are now the final 4.
That's Can I just say that's such a boring Final Four.
Rick, way to elevate the youngsters, I guess,
That's what
Paul.
I'm saying, like, there's that, like, Paul, like, on his like, I like him as a wrestler, but he's not winning a Rumble, but he's been in the Final Four, like, 3 times
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, it's like, I think 3 of the last 4 Rumbles at least,
That's
maybe?
nuts.
And then, like, Roman, Orton's not winning another Rumble, like, let's just be for real. And then Gunther, it's like, Gunther's cool and all, but he isn't winning Rumble, nor does he need it. I saw someone say, like, it would've been cool, like, if he had to choose between entering the Rumble and retiring AJ,
Yeah.
because then it's like, you could see which was more important to him,
Mhm.
and, like, I think that'd be interesting, but, like, he just ends up getting to do both.
Yeah. He did pull double duty, but, like, bare minimum, I guess. He was in at 30. So, Reigns, counters Logan Paul's buckshot lariat with a spear, eliminates Paul. I didn't think it was very well executed, actually. I thought maybe the spear didn't look great. Something about it I didn't love.
Still better than Jay's.
And then Gunther eliminates Orton. We got Gunther, Orton are the last, or sorry, Gunther, Roman are the last 2. Gunther goes for a couple sleepers after dodging Superman punches. Reigns escapes, hits a spear, chucks Gunther over the ropes to win in 56 minutes, so 11 minutes shorter than the women's. Um, like,
I saw that Charlotte lasted longer in the Women's Rumble than the entire Men's Rumble match,
I believe that, but
which
she
is
didn't do
hilarious.
anything. Didn't do anything in it. But so this, like, you know how people were complaining about the build and sort of like they're not even really promoting the rump. This is kind of felt par for that course. You know what I
Which is
mean?
so
Like,
disappointing because remember I mentioned this already, but last year's Rumble I thought was awesome. Like, I thought it was
yeah,
fantastically.
yeah.
I thought aside from Jey Uso winning, I thought it was a perfect Rumble match. I really enjoyed it.
So this felt like it had about as much energy as they put into the build to it. You know what I mean? So
They got what you get what you give kind of
it
thing.
wasn't like bad per se, but there really wasn't a lot that was
I've seen a
memorable.
lot of complaints about it.
I liked it. I thought it flowed a bit better than the women's, and I thought Femi was made to look strong because, as we've said, they're strapping the rocket to that guy, which is I don't disagree with, so that's fine. Evans got a long time in the match and did a few things, but I'm not sure I would say
Did
he
he
was a
get a long
standout.
time? Did he?
He might have, not as long as Braun Breaker though. They have some directions they want to go coming out of this, obviously, so it was useful. I don't like Roman Reigns as the winner.
I
I'm
don't.
not. I'm not
I don't
surprised.
like it,
I
but I
picked it.
also can't say I care enough to really get mad at it.
So what are the points coming out of this?
It's 9 to 8 for you.
Because I got Reigns as 2 points.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who I
It
picked.
was so, like, we would have tied on the singles matches, so those are basically a wash. I get 1 more point for the women's match, you would get 2 for the men's, and then it just comes down to surprise picks and the other stuff we did.
Nice. So I thought this was slightly above average. What's over under accurate saying?
It's a 4.71 from Cage Match.
Wow. So that's really low.
A lot
That
of people didn't like
fails.
the Rumble. A lot
I
of
didn't
people
think it, I gave it 3 1/4. I was like, you know
no,
what?
this went 3 3/4,
That's crazy.
which is it's such a crazy drop off because last year I would've I think honorably mentioned the Rumble and the best of.
Hmm.
Again, pre-Mania main roster last year, I was still invested. But, like, I was telling you, this is and it's partially because we weren't watching it together, but also because I think it's indicative mostly indicative of the current state of main rosters. Like, this is the first Rumble I haven't watched, like,
Yep.
live or
At all.
at all since I started watching, I think. Which it's really indicative of where I'm at with them.
That's a fair place to be. I watched it because I had nothing to do and I just kind of threw it on.
I
Um,
it's to be fair, it's equal because I haven't watched the Collision from that same day, which I did wanna watch.
and how can I say this delicately? I watched it in a manner that the company gets nothing out of it, if that makes sense to you.
Do you not watch on Netflix?
I did not watch it on Netflix,
Hmm,
even though I pay for Netflix. So I don't know. That's my own little like, you know. Um,
gotcha.
Overall, I gave it a B minus. Basically, the Gunther AJ match really boosts up the average, right? And if you, with only 4 matches, if you watch it after and you skip all the nonsense, and I don't even know how much there was in terms of commercials and extra stuff because I just skipped all of it. You can get through this in a manageable time. So that probably affects. If I had to watch it live, I'll bet you I'm down like at a C because of all the garbage you have to watch in between, right? But when you just bypass all of that, it's manageable at least. All right. So Rumble's done. We're moving into our discussion of AEW Dynamite. So we did not watch Dynamite together this week, so I'm always curious to hear your thoughts when that
We
is the
kinda
case.
mentioned a couple things already, I
We
know.
did, we did.
Um, I thought it was kinda cool we started with, like, talking heads. They used to do this on Collision when they actually cared,
Yeah.
when it was new. So there's talking heads from MJF, Brody King, Omega, Andrade, Babes Wrath, and Megabad. MJF says Brody King's gonna be homeless when he's through with him. Brody says he's gonna hurt MJF bad and he can't get out of it. Omega's 1 win closer to the world title, and he hasn't forgotten about Andrade attacking him. Callis speaks in lieu of Andrade. He says it feels like Don and Callis family's presenting Dynamite. He talks about his guys. They're going to lead the Death Riders links. They have a match. Davis is going to take care of Hangman as if. And Omega's in the ring with a real man tonight. Andrade will leave him for dead. Harley talks about the Eliminator match for the women's tag titles. They're not ready to feel the wrath. Willow says they're living the dream and they have to fight for it. Ford and Bane say the Babes Wrath are looking at the end. I thought it was cool. Like nothing super deep here, but I thought it was just kind of a cool way to hype the whole show.
I do too, and I think like if you have new viewers or
Yeah,
lapsed viewers, like this is the it like I don't mind it at all because I forget a lot of stuff, and I think you're helping people that are just checking it out.
I don't think we need to do it every week, but like on like the week, like the other week when we had like a bunch of title matches and like the eliminator matches, I think that would have been a good week to do it too.
Right.
Is because like when there's a lot of big matches on Dynamite, I think like for the next TV special, I think we should consider doing this
I
again.
do too. Because it was kind of like made me go, oh yeah, there's some stuff on this show this
Yeah,
week, right?
I think it's a good reminder in general.
Yep.
Then we open up with the trios match of Death Riders represented by Mox, Garcia, and Pac against Don Callis, which is Takeshita, El Clone, and Joshua Alexander. I thought absolute star trio for Callis family. And if we replace Garcia with Claudio, this would be a complete field of studs, but this is still great.
Oh, Daniel Garcia catching strays.
He's in like Mox pants this week. He's not in like the shorts.
Did not notice. Can't be surprising to hear.
I think well, because I didn't think anything of it when he wore it in like the street fight the other week, but now it's like I'm like, oh, you're wrestling in them,
Hmm.
right?
If you say so.
Okay. Garcia and Alexander start off and exchange holds. Then we get Pac and El Clone, which I noted. Like, I just think it would be such a crazy singles match if we could get that. I
Oh,
thought they had a really fun exchange.
dude,
Really,
I texted that. Like
yeah,
anytime these two were together, I was
I
in.
thought it was great. Yeah,
Yeah. El Clone,
that's the
man.
sort of match I'd like to get in like this year's C2. Put them both in the same league, and then like, because like I feel like they both have to stay heel, but like
I think we'll both be
Let's see.
talking about El Clone coming out of this, probably.
I think so. Takeshita avoids the Death Rider corner barrage, that usual spot, throws Pac out of the ring, sends Mox in the corner, and like overhead belly to belly Garcia into Mox. I thought looked really cool. Lightning quick kick combo from Clone on Pac, like just oh. And then he does that thing where he's doing like the bend back, so he's looking upside down, and he just smashes Pac in the face with the Pele kick. Like and then I wrote in brackets, Clone is so sick,
He
and
is.
Pac comes back with a snap German. Pac does like the run up for Larry. Alexander trips him, and then Clone just does like a rope set moonsault. It's like he just like walks towards the ropes, jumps off one foot, and does like a springer moonsault. It's like just without thinking about it, pretty much. Mox gets a hot tag, trade shots with Takeshita. Mox is on fire here, back suplex. Then Takeshita comes back with an exploder. More forearms. Mox blasts Takeshita with a shotgun dropkick, throws Alexander in the ring, perfectly catches Clone midair with a cutter. I thought that was a great
Mhm.
sequence from Moxley. He absolutely clobbers Takeshi with the lariat. Garcia does a really cool like body scissors into the Dragon Tamer. I thought that was a really cool transition
Yeah.
actually. While he's got Takeshi there, Mox does a curb stomp. Garcia with the pin, but Alexander breaks it up at 2. Really perfect blue thunder bomb from Takeshi to Garcia for 2. He goes for the body scissors again, but Takeshita like blocks it, turns it into the bastard driver wheelbarrow suplex. I thought perfect counter there. Alexander and Clone just destroy Garcia with the barrage of offense. I thought poor guy. Then Takeshita nails the power drive knee, which was a really cool near fall. I thought that was it.
Oh,
But
yeah, that's I remember that
then we get the
sequence.
raging fire, and that's it.
I
Um,
sent you a random text that said,
like
"Nasty looking raging fire."
I thought this match ruled. I thought this was
This
awesome.
match was a good time.
Exactly the kind of trios match I like to see on Dynamite. And while they're not regular trios, at least it's like 2 established groups, you know what I mean?
Right.
I thought this started out solid with each we kind of like the guys pairing off in early exchanges. I thought it was fun. We had Pac as the face and peril, and Mox with a great hot tag that really fired things up. And I thought the last few minutes were really great. I thought El Clone absolutely was like he was shined again, dude. Like I thought he was. I really enjoyed his work so far, and we've kind of both been saying this. Like he's impressed me more in 2 matches than Hologram has, and like however much I've seen him.
You said it first, and I 100%, I think you said it
Yeah.
last week, if
I
not
think I did,
before,
right?
and
Like,
I fully
Elko
agree.
right off the bat is he's just like a crisper, cooler, edgier hologram, and it's like for some reason that's what makes the act work for me. Is that like hologram's just kind of like there as a lucha guy, but like clones like he's got some like viciousness to
And
him. And I think it's
that's what the okay, that might be it, because I was just gonna say, like, but isn't there something about him, even though he's a luchador, that he works so well as a heel?
he fits perfect as Callus's luchador because he's so vicious and like when he's like kicking Pac in the face, he's kicking him to like to kill him,
I
right?
thought this match was a
I
great
thought
time.
it also perfectly whet the appetite for Mox Takeshita, I thought.
I think in service of that, it was really good. El Clone and
Just in
Pac.
general, it was a great
Well, I
match, I
think
think.
we kind of have to find a way to get El Clone and Pac in a singles match
If that's
coming
on
out of
Collision,
this.
I'll go find it if they do El Clone Pack.
Yeah, I just thought this was a really awesome way to start the show, and that
I just came out of this match thinking, "Wow, that was fun."
yeah, there's and
Um,
Alexander got a little bit of like
yeah, I thought everyone played their role, and it was just some really entertaining action. Like, I thought this is the kind of match you put on, like, the start of your pay-per-view, the start of your TV show to get the crowd going,
yeah,
right? Like,
it was
I
a great
thought
match.
this was great, and, like, we haven't been getting the multi-man tags as regular as we did, like, earlier last year,
Yes.
but, like, these are the kind of matches I like to get on the regular because like and, hey, if they keep doing matches like this, I can get behind this random faction feud
Yeah,
because this was fantastic,
this
I
is
thought.
the type of stuff AEW has happen enough that we're like, this is an AEW style match at this point, right? Because
Yeah, I
it's
think
we're
so.
not seeing it anywhere else.
I don't and not to, like, this level as
No,
well,
agree.
and I put this in, like, my short list for matches I've liked this year so far because I thought this
That
was fantastic.
yeah, I really
I
enjoyed it
think
too.
obviously, we're not that far in, but as it stands, like, this is probably one of my favorite team matches of the year, thus far, at least, like, we'll say, like, a month or so in, this is probably it's probably this and Pac Darby from Maximum
And
Carnage.
crazy to say it, El Clone's like the standout, one
El
of,
Clone is the standout, I think.
right?
I think it helps also, though, having this back-to-back with a match with Briscoe last week because I
Yeah,
thought that was a great match
it
too.
was. Yeah, he's
Um,
super impressive, man.
yeah, I think I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he takes the TNT title from Ciampa at some point.
I texted you like he does really cool stuff and it's super clean.
Yeah. It's which we always like,
Yes,
because that's, like, kinda in the mold of, like, Pac, Fletcher, Takeshita.
right.
And, like and Takeshi's great too. I'm like, I hope to what was I watching? Oh, I got bored one time in the one lecture, so I rewatched that Wrestle Dream three-way with Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshi. I was like, that match is, like, why Takeshi is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, he is the best.
Anyways, great match to start things off. Recap of Swerve Andrade last week. Then we had a Swerve interview. It's just Nana speaking, though. Swerve says their focus is where it's always been at the top, and just because they lost one match, they're not losing focus. They're not going anywhere. I thought this was fine. Not much to it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Andrade cheated, right? He hoofed him in the balls before the pinfall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fine.
Then we get an Osprey hype package, which I got really excited about. Chill's watching this. It was just like highlight reel of him and then like some quotes from him. I'm super excited to get this guy back. It has to be soon if we're running this. I imagine like whatever the main event is, the Revolution, which seems like Hangman MJF now.
Hmm.
I think if we end the show with Osprey's return, because I
Hmm.
think surgery is successful. I mean, I don't know what the timeline is. Just the package being here makes me think it's soon. And obviously his return is going to be huge. I think it's going to be a great moment. I'm super excited to see him back though. He's been sorely missed. And Switchblade.
Yeah, I know we just we're saying things about Takeshita, but Osprey is, I think, the best wrestler in the world. So
I think so.
anytime he's not just in ring now, right? Like the whole package. So
Yeah.
anytime they're showing me, hey, he's on his way back and will probably be back not
Yeah,
too
I get
distant,
excited.
I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah.
I don't know what you do with him because the world title scene's so packed. But I mean, I don't like. We'll find something.
Yeah, absolutely. He's easy to fit in. It's a good
Yeah,
problem to have, as they say.
yeah, I agree. Then we get Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm versus Jobbers.
Skip.
On Oasis and Brittany Brooks. Yeah, I agree.
I didn't even get the name of the woman, I don't think, until you
Mm.
just said that.
Storm has like a denim looking attire. It's like they're kind of matching, I guess.
Sure.
Um, Storm and Cassie versus Yuta and Shafir in Australia. Loser has their head shaved. Which is like clearly Yuta taking the pin. But I saw
Yeah.
someone think, like Tony Storm might be insane enough to do it.
Yeah, I don't think she would care,
I
but
don't know. Maybe
I
it's
don't
just
really care that much either, to be fair.
Oasis offers like Cassie a free shot. Cassie does a lazy slap, then drop kick with his hands in his pockets. Beal German suplex from Storm, Tornado DT from Storm, Tilt a World DT from Cassidy, hip attack to the guy from Storm, Orange Punch for the win. They are nervous about getting their haircut. And then the last line I actually did like. She says in Australia, either Cassie will give Yuta a comb over or she will make Marina look like Mox.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the match. I don't care about the match in Australia.
Yeah.
I didn't like the promo, but I did like the last line. I thought the like, "I'm gonna make you look like Mox." I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'll give her credit where credit is due. I like that line.
This was obviously my least favorite part of the show, and like it's just
Yeah, I didn't care.
it's a
I didn't care.
FNS classic. It's not for me, right? I don't need to see more like of them dancing in mid-match stuff, and now
I
they
thought
pull
it
out
made
to
them
like a bird's eye view of it. Like I get
no,
it, it's not for
it's
me.
not it's not it. Then we get Darby Allin. He's skateboarding through somewhere. He gets attacked by Gabe Kidd, and then Connors is coming out of a car. He gets darted into a semi trailer, kind of like Nash Mysterio
Yeah,
style.
that's exactly
And
what I
then
was thinking.
Connors hits him with a tire.
He just throws a tire at him. It was awesome. I mean,
And they
you've got it in the car. It's a good
they
weapon.
yeah, they dump Darby in the trunk
Yeah,
of Connor's car and drive away. I thought this was really cool. I'm open to continuing the Kid Darby feud, and if Kid isn't sticking with the Death Riders, I think having the War Dogs alliance with Connors from Bullet Club carry over to AEW is smart, and I thought it was a good way for Connors to stay relevant. I think he looks cool, just like the shirt and the glasses and like
I
the
did
way he
too.
talks. I think is cool.
And he just came
Um,
across as nuts, right? Like they're
yeah,
a couple of
that's what
crazy
I'm
men.
saying. They work so well together. I hope Connors keeps his Bullet Club theme because his theme song I think is really cool.
And I get
Um,
like maybe have to complain about, yes, they're putting an abduction on TV because they did it with the family and stuff in NXT.
but like it's not cartoony here though. Gabe Kidd's a madman.
So this made me wish that they would do Lucha Underground style, where we know this, but commentary don't talk about it, because I don't think that helps, right? When they have to go, oh, we just watched basically an abduction. Just
Mhm.
what is that, dramatic irony where the audience knows more than the people? Like, just let us have that and don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Lucha Underground, I love that they did that. Commentary didn't talk about, because there was like supernatural stuff and insane and they never talked
Mhm.
about any of it, and it was cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I came out of this going, maybe Clark Connors is cool, I guess. I don't know.
It's crazy how like one segment changes that.
Yeah.
Well, because like I don't hate Clark Connors. It's just
No,
I
I've
was just
been
kind of
kind of
I
indifferent.
was kind of like and
Yeah.
now I'm like
I am exactly the same. And we haven't discussed that part. So
yeah,
that's cool.
that was funny. Then we get Hangman Page versus, as Justin Roberts says, Dunkzilla Mark Davis.
Dunkzilla.
I think this is the first time I've heard them actually call him
And
Dunkzilla.
it's weird because he wears tights where he's clearly
It's been
blacked that out. Yeah.
well, like it's just I think it's just wearing like the black on black gear,
Yeah.
but like he's had Dunkzilla on his gear for like forever.
Will you tilt your camera down a bit? Yeah, he that's better. Thank you.
Yeah. And he's also using the tag theme for him and Doyle, so that makes sense.
Oh, did not notice. Surprise,
So
surprise.
I think it's remember last week we were asking about like, okay, so Andrade and Omega's this week. What does Hangman do?
Yeah, this.
Yeah. I just think it's funny, like, okay, Andrade has to beat Swerve and then he has to beat Omega. And Hangman's just like, oh, if you beat Davis, you're going to Australia.
Did you did you know yeah, true. Did you notice, and maybe it's because I was watching with headphones on. I don't know if they had things mic'd differently, but I heard so much spot calling in this match. They were like 90% Hangman talking and Davis the odd time too.
I tore my pec.
I don't know what was it. I feel like I heard them calling most of
I
this
didn't
match. But
notice.
anyways, go ahead.
Davis blasts Hangman with a dropkick right at the gate. Hangman's like seated on a chair against the barricade. And Davis like just crushes him and like look like a hip attack or something. It looked cool.
It looked I was worried for a minute the way because he went wedged in the corner almost
Yeah,
too,
the way
right?
it cracked the chair too.
Yeah.
Basement form in the corner from Davis for 2. Hangman goes for sunset powerbomb. Davis like just sits on him on the apron. I thought that looked cool
I like
too.
that too.
Hangman with a moonsault off like there's like a balcony right near the barricade, so he like moonsaults on a Davis like on the floor.
Good base to
Um,
do that with for sure.
yes. I just saw a clip of Mello diving on the Miz, and like Miz is still a terrible
And he's
catcher.
like, I guess. He doesn't commit to it, eh?
Yeah. Diving moonsault in the ring from Hangman for 2. Back dark driver from Davis. Inzaguri from Davis, and he absolutely smashes him with a lariat, which looked great. And then he
Looked
hits
like
another.
JBL, honestly.
Yes.
It really did.
And then if followed by an Omega driver, which is basically I think Destination Hellhole.
Yes.
For a 2 count. Lariat
Crazy.
from Hangman, then Davis comes back with one of his own. Davis tries to pull Hangman up, like he tries to do like that thing where like he pulls him from the ground into a pile driver. Hangman counters that into a Deadeye, which I thought was really cool. Tombstone on the ramp from Hangman, buckshot, he gets the win. He says he hopes he sees Omega in Australia, and he will stomp every future child out of MJF's tiny balls at Revolution and take the title he never should have lost, which I thought was a great line. I like that.
Yeah, this was like
I
there
thought
were
really strong match. I
there were a
like this.
couple spots that weren't perfect, but like Davis, like
Davis is so great. I love
this was
Davis.
a
He's great.
hard-hitting slugfest.
He always looks good. I think obviously Fletcher is like Fletcher, but Davis is so underrated. I think every time they give him the spotlight to do what he does, he knocks it out of the park. I think I'm glad they're still trying to use him a bit, with the unfortunate injury to Davis, or sorry, not Davis, Doyle. Um, but yeah, I thought he looked great here. The only thing I didn't like was like they're like, oh, this is Hangman's way to get to Australia. I thought that was dumb.
Compared to the rest, yeah, that
Yeah,
is not
but
comparable.
the match itself I thought was good. I think Davis always delivers. I think he's a really underrated hoss.
Like, should it have been this long and competitive in the grand scheme of
I
things?
don't
Maybe
I'm not gonna
not,
complain
but
when it's Davis because I think he's fantastic.
he looks like a hoss. He wrestles like a
And
hoss.
he hits
His
like one.
stuff looks devastating. I thought this was super fun little
I
gem.
like this.
Like
Yeah,
expected outcome, but like I still really enjoyed it.
yeah, agreed. Then we get a quick Kevin Knight package. I also don't have much notes on this, just more so thoughts. I just thought it was cool giving him his own spotlight and touting his big win so far. Like again, kind of what you were saying at the beginning. If this is a show that where maybe we're getting new people, perchance,
Yep.
this is helpful. And I think this kind of shows they might see big things in Knight, which I think would be great. If he can show more character potential, I think he has a big future because in the ring, I think he's really cool and unique.
Hmm.
I think we just need to see more character from him in Speedball.
Yes.
And then I think there's big things for him. But I think I want to see a tag title run for Jet Speed at some point. I don't think I want them singles yet.
Yeah, I like any attempts to like elevate younger talent, right? And something
Yeah.
simple as this, as like, here's this guy, here's how he wrestles, here's the people he's with, so you have a bit of knowledge. He looks
Some
cool.
of his big wins, right?
Yeah.
Like the time limit draw with Pac, he beat Darby, he beat Okada.
Yep.
Right. So I like this. It was
Me too. It's effective.
Then we get Kenny Omega versus Andrade El Idolo. The winners facing Hangman and Aussie.
Yep.
We get a chop exchange early on, really heavy chopped, and then like Andrade took his shirt off partway through.
Yes, I was like, why is he doing this? Are we
Just
mocking
take it
Punk?
off, just take it off.
Because he has
It was
no
just
reason. You look like that, you should be allergic to shirts,
it was
probably.
literally just to take it off.
Yeah,
I know
I
that's
think
what
so
it was.
too.
Superplex from Omega for 2. Andrade with the 3 amigos, but before the third one, he rolls onto the ropes with Omega and then hits it on
Awesome.
the floor.
So cool.
Odd choice, but not bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
Just like that springboard and like the corkscrew plancha to the floor looks awesome.
Absolutely drilled that.
It's like he stalls it and then he does the spin and then like, it's
It's
great. I think
like Mordos's kind of, right?
kind of,
Right?
Andrade is obviously using the ropes to hang on for a second. Like Mortos just does it somehow.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
And
But
he's a
anyways, it looks
big boy.
great. Andrade locks in the figure four and tries to bridge up, I guess doing like Charlotte's figure eight. But Omega
Funny.
reverses the pressure,
Oh,
and Andrade has to grab the bottom rope.
yeah. They have to
Um,
say that. That's one of
yeah,
those things I was thinking in the moment. You have to say hardest part of the ring. You
first part
have
of the
to
ring.
say reverses the pressure.
Yeah,
And then I was gonna say to you, because you'll get engaged in this, is like there's gotta be other phrases
there
where
is.
you
I'm
have to say it. Like you
I,
100% have to. And that's one of them. Reverses the
I'm
pressure.
trying to. I honestly can't think of it right now, but like
It'll
those
come
are
out
like
in our we'll text back and forth about it, no doubt, as we
yeah,
realize
yeah, yeah,
them.
yeah. We'll get there. Form exchange, pair of Snapdragons from Omega. V trigger in the corner, then Omega goes for the avalanche one wing angel. Andrade counters into a great sunset flip powerbomb, and then a hammerlock DT for two. Great. Corner Meteora for another 2 count from Andrade. Strike exchange, Andrade nails a running boot. V trigger, lines up for one more, gets clocked with the boot fake back elbow.
It is so
Absolutely clocked.
gorgeous.
It's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
It's unbelievable.
Oh my god, clocked him. Callis tosses a screwdriver to Andrade while the ref checks on Omega. Callis distracts the ref. Swerve comes in, takes a screwdriver from Andrade. This distracts the ref, so Andrade counters the one-wing angel. Low blow DM. Andrade with the win. Crazy. Omega confronts Swerve after they're arguing, turns into a shoving match. Secures to separate them. Another great match. Andrade continues to deliver. As far as I'm concerned, I think them inserting him into the world title scene is what bothered me off because he only got like wins over Angelico and Magnus on
Yeah.
collisions. Like what? But like to his credit, since he's gotten in these big matches, it's looked like $1 million and he's had killer matches and wins over Swerve and Omega. So like I can't complain.
He shined brighter than Omega here
I think so.
significantly. And he is just the look now. I was telling
He's on
you
fire.
the ravishing Rick Rude gimmick. I'm totally fine with that. And then Callus
Like
is
it
his
looks
Heenan.
Lothario kind of thing, right?
Callus is is Bobby
House
Heenan.
is a perfect, like perfect mouthpiece for him.
This
It's perfect.
guy is like his offense is so fun to watch and he hits everything all the time. Yeah, this match was pretty terrific. Do you prefer this one or the Swerve match? I
I'm not
felt
sure.
I felt like in the moment I preferred the Swerve match, but as you recounted this one, all the stuff he did in this, I don't know.
I feel the opposite, at least for in the moment. In the moment, I was like, maybe this one, but I think I lean towards this one.
I was super surprised by the outcome, and that was sort of a recurring theme on this show, I'll
I
tell you right
also
now.
yeah, I also would like to see this as like I think because we joked about it, it was like, oh, they don't want to do Fletcher Omega, so here Andrade, you can have Omega.
Yeah,
But now it's like I want a pay-per-view match with these guys.
I know.
So it's
This
like I don't know.
awesome TV match got 17 minutes, which felt perfect, you know.
That felt perfect. I think this is a great runtime for a TV match, and I think him and Hangman is a really interesting match. 'Cause I don't think we've ever seen that.
No, oh, that's
So
gonna be awesome
I think
too.
that's gonna be a great match.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a shot at winning that. I think that's where his road ends, but still.
And I also just love, as you're saying, like Andrade's never been presented correctly, so you haven't really cared. But when they
I never really
actually
cared. Even in NXT, I was like a little skeptical.
yeah. And I don't and like we're saying, maybe he's not the face of the company and you're putting the major belt on him, but he should be very visible and
On the mini
having
card at least.
big matches, right?
Yeah.
Great match.
Yeah, and I thought the final stretch of this match was particularly strong. I thought the finish was really well executed too, because it also sets up a Swerve Omega match, which I think would be sweet. So I
Yeah.
think like the finish accomplishes a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. It's like in the heat of the moment, Omega is exhausted and lost by a guy kicking him in
And
the
Swerve
balls.
did it really cost him because Andrade wouldn't have been able to cheat
That's right.
otherwise.
So yeah, it all
So,
makes sense.
so I liked it. We get a Burger King hype package quick, and then it's a Statlander interview because just to make sure Tekla doesn't interfere tonight or like Triangle Madness don't interfere, like Statlander gets another or Statlander's giving her another title shot, but she picks the stipulation. They'll have to wait to Collision to hear about it, and
Ooh.
you're gonna find out Cosmic Killer is just a nickname. Like,
That was I
oh,
hated that.
I
I
hated
did not
that.
like that.
I think it's funny that the solution these baby faces, this babyface group has to keep interference out and keep time matches clean is to give them title shots. Does that not like, do you not think then you have to like give them title shots? Because then shouldn't Babes of Wrath give them another title shot so they don't interfere in this Tekla title
Right.
match?
And then what
Like
I want it to have happen is
like Tony Khan should step in if it's such a concern.
Statlander makes it a no DQ and then they cheat anyways.
That's what I was like.
That'd
Make
be
it a
fun.
cage. It has to be a cage match.
Yeah. Keep them
That would
out.
make the most sense based
No
on
one ever interferes in a cage match, as we well know. It's never happened. Never
yeah, no,
happened.
never. Not like the last cage match we had. There's a big interference and heel turn.
Yeah, nothing. Never.
Then we get Babes of Wrath, which is what's now dubbed Mega Bad, which makes sense.
I get it,
She's super bad. She's mega sis.
but I think to people that don't know that backstory, and that is a little
It
niche,
is mega
it
bad.
sounds kinda dumb. But anyways,
It
that's not
sounds
yeah,
mega dumb. I
almost, almost.
Mega Problems is better, but
Mega Problems was great. Makes way more
Um,
sense.
it's a world women's world tag title eliminator match because Tony Khan loves the eliminators.
He does. They don't whatever. I get it.
I don't take umbrage
If
with
you
it.
don't have rankings and stuff and there's somebody that debatably doesn't deserve a title shot, they need to prove themselves,
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. Uh, two hand chop from Harley, snap suplex from Willow to Ford for 2.
Or sorry, are they still saying they have rankings? Because weren't they
I don't think so.
hanging on to that even though no one could ever see them? Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry.
Bane hits Willow with an avalanche Rana and a suicide dive to the other one. Or maybe not the other one. Maybe it was to Willow. I don't know. I didn't write it
It's
down.
still one of them.
Willow pounces Bane, then tags it to Harley for the hot tag flurry. Harley counters a tandem stalling suplex into a double DDT. Tandem suplex from the Babes of Wrath to Bane. Superplex, sorry. Then Ford comes in with the double blockbuster. Doomsday device, mega bad win. Yay.
A little surprising there too,
I
honestly,
was
but
surprised, but then it gets Harley on the Aussie show, so it's like
true,
it makes sense.
true.
Nothing really wrong with it. It was fine. Not bad, just not like exciting. There's nothing else to surprise. The result was nice, a rare eliminator win. Nice that the regular team of Ford and Bane are back and they have a name now. Like it was this is fine.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. It's hard when it's on a show with that trios match and Andrade
Omega
running
event.
amok. So yeah, it was
Even a
totally fine.
notable main event.
And I'm happy they're getting a shot, I guess. It just also caught me by surprise that like 2 eliminators in a row, right, are happening. So
I guess 2 leaders on one show, not in a row, but
yeah.
like
Yeah, sorry, in one show. So yeah, this was totally fine.
then we get a recap of Ciampa winning the TNT title, and now he's cutting a promo. He's got the regular belt back. He doesn't have that Briscoe custom one anymore.
Bringing back the Goldie gimmick.
Yes. He talks about how he became TNT champion by answering an open challenge, so he's going to keep that tradition going out of respect for Briscoe in the
Cool.
title. He will not be hard to find. Sylvie loves her new home, and she isn't going there for a long time. I love that he's still doing this promo style where he's like sitting backstage on the chair and then he like hits the chair as he walks away. I like that he's still doing that. I think it's great. I think Sylvie is a funny take on the Goldie thing he did in NXT. I think that's cool. Continue. Title match, like I told you, is him, Claudio, and Roddy, which sounds kind of sick.
Mhm.
There's also a parking lot brawl collision, so maybe I'll watch that. Probably not. And I can't wait to see heel champ in AEW. Like he's great regardless,
Yeah.
but I can't wait for heel Champa. And if possible, I want to wait to do that till we could do Gargano in
Because I
AEW.
think this was establishing him as a babyface, right? That
I
was
think so.
part of the point.
I was telling you, like, if we could be live in a world where we get a run back of DIY FTR and AEW, that would be insane.
Yeah.
And you could even do Gargano Andrade again.
Yeah. I watched this match, the Briscoe champ. It was really good. And I also like, I'm always like, I don't like nostalgia, but this is the nostalgia I like. They're taking me back to NXT where like that promo style and Goldie, that is it, carbon copy. And you can say whatever, it's lazy, but for me, I'm like, yes, remind me because this guy has been underused and maligned in remind me of when he,
Like,
oh yeah,
like Andrade,
he
right?
was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. So I'm cool with this.
Right.
I'm
I
cool
hope
with this.
Gargano's deal is up soon. I really hope.
Yeah.
Then we get Ricochet and Jack Perry in a rematch for the national championship because I don't know why this belt exists. I'm sorry. I just don't.
And that's you, because I'm usually the guy problem with belts.
I just I don't know. I don't get it. Perry attacks Ricochet before the bell, cannonball off the ramp. We do have ring level ramp this week. I forgot to mention.
We do, indeed. I did notice that.
Perry goes for a baseball slide. Ricochet catches him, wheelbarrow back suplex on the announce table. I thought that was pretty cool.
It was.
Ricochet stands on Perry's hair and pulls him up by the arms. There's some hair pull related stuff, and people in the commentaries like, "You think it's because Ricochet doesn't have any hair?" I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, no retaliation possible.
Ricochet blocks the jumping DDT, deadlifts Perry into a New Orleans suplex right into a brainbuster. I think that's a really cool combo. He's always done.
Big fan as well.
Then suplex on the apron, followed by a DVD on the floor. Ricochet was on fire, I thought.
He was.
Those are like pretty close back to back, those two sequences. Perry counters a Death Valley driver into Poison Rana, then a jumping DDT and a TKO for a near fall. I thought that was a really cool sequence as well. Perry gets a roll for 2, immediately locks in the snare trap. We get Goa coming down, contracts the refs so Leona can just straight pull them towards the ropes. I thought that was solid. Bucks come out. Leona gets hit with the chair. Nick dives off the ramp onto Leona. Oh, sorry, Khan gets hit with the chair. I wrote Leona twice. Gotta
How dare
fix
you?
that. Then the finish comes. National title's like on the middle turnbuckle. Ricochet sends Perry into the belt. Then Virgo and Ricochet retains. Um, I thought another really good match between these guys. I think I'm glad they're utilizing Perry even the Luchasaurus is out. I think he really looks. He's been looking good. I
Mhm.
think he's so much better as a Valiant babyface. I find him having better matches now than he did as Scapegoat.
I do too.
I think he's really performing at his best right now. And I think it makes sense for Ricochet to cheat heavily again. The finish works well enough. But I thought this was a really strong TV match.
I mean this as a compliment, not an insult. This felt like a really indie match, like super high paced, lots of like it,
Yeah.
13 minutes. Let's fill it with stuff. I thought it was like we sound like AEW marks, but I thought this was super entertaining as well,
That was a
right?
good match.
And Ricochet's awesome. Perry looked really good, and I think Perry in
Yeah.
the babyface role is more appropriate for him
No
still.
surprises with this one,
No,
just some really quality stuff.
yeah, the dive off the ramp by Perry, that looked really nice, eh? Because he went really far and still like absolutely nailed it. So yeah, I thought this was super fun.
Mhm. Then we get more Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. Then the production threatening people to play their video. It's them driving and they're dragging Darby in a body bag into the desert.
Yeah,
Um, I love this line. Gabe Kidd says, "See you in hell, Darby. I'm checked in 2 doors down."
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
They cut the rope and they had tied and they just leave Darby there. I thought this was really cool again. I love how unhinged these guys
Me
are. I
too.
thought this was really entertaining.
And the classic way of like why like breaking in and like forcing us to watch this because they shouldn't really, put broadcast a crime in progress, I guess. But like, yeah, no, this is the War Dogs are quickly becoming kind of like the Death Riders could have been or should have been or whatever. Like this, I'm enjoying it, and they're not giving us a real reason. It's just kind of these guys are just unhinged.
And it's just stemming from that Darby Gabe
Yeah,
Kidd feud, I think,
oh,
right?
it's
So I
cool.
I like it gives Darby something to do as well.
Yep. So it's funny because at this point, well, the point of the previous match, right? I looked and I went, okay, so Ricochet Perry, and I'm like, there's 24 minutes of the show left. So I'm like, they got to squeeze 2 matches in. Obviously, they're gonna have to keep the Perry and Ricochet one kind of short, right? And then nope, that went 13 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, so there's not
Going
that
overtime?
many,
We're going
and
overtime?
so, but I know because I'm watching it where I can see the end
Oh,
point,
right, okay.
if you know what I'm saying. So it's like there's like 5 minutes left. So then I start leaning towards, for a bit, I'm like, oh man, Brody King's going to get squashed, but that doesn't sound like that would happen. So then I start convincing myself it's just going to be a no contest or something, right? Because there's only like 3 minutes
Right,
left.
like the match gets thrown out?
Right. And we
Okay.
just, so,
Yeah, yeah.
anyways, go ahead. That was
Yeah,
my
we get
thoughts.
Brody King and the AEW World Title Eliminator. Hangman's music hits after the bell rings. This distracts MJF. He gets sleepered on the apron from Brody and he's hanging. Goes dead. Cannonball, Gonzo Bomb, over. King wins. And then after the match, Andrade attacks King, takes him out with the boot, fake back elbow. Awesome
Awesome
again.
again. Yeah.
DM to MJF, buckshot to Andrade, goes to buckshot MJF, low blow, another Gonzo bomb to MJF. Brody King holds up the title. Absolute shocker. Did not expect this one to go. I kind of love it.
Love it.
I
He
think it's
beat
awesome.
MJF exactly the way he's been beating jobbers for weeks.
Yeah,
And
and
MJF
in a
let
way
it
that makes
happen, which is cool. Like as like
yeah,
outside of the
yeah,
kayfabe,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I love this. I
I
don't know.
thought like King isn't winning the title, so might as well make him like give him a really cool moment like this, right?
Yes.
And I think it also benefits like the story we're telling because clearly I think the Revolution match is going to be MJF Hangman. So this furthers that view because Hangman just made MJF look like a dope,
Yes, I
right?
agree.
So I love this. I think the aftermath is also some fun gas to remind us of the main players left in the title scenes: Hangman, Andrade, Brody King, and
Yep.
obviously champion MJF. I thought it was a really entertaining way to end the show, and the crowd loved it. I thought it subverted expectations in the right way. I thought it was really cool for Brody. I loved it. I
Me
thought it was
too.
awesome.
I was shocked, even though
Yeah,
there was only 2 minutes left. I did not expect this.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it makes King look awesome. Like he's just taken advantage of the bell had rung and then things happened, right? So it was
yeah,
all it's not like a pre-match beatdown or anything. And yeah, it was and just again, kudos for MJF because
yeah,
you think Hulk Hogan's approving this storyline pitch to
right,
him, or half of the guys in the history of wrestling that you'd like,
yeah,
hey, we're gonna have Brody King, who's no offense, we love him, is not an established singles guy. We're gonna have him squash you in the main event
right,
and you're the
right,
champ, right?
right.
So I mean, I thought this was
I agree.
awesome.
And
Loved
then
it.
I wanted to look at the card for Australia because I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So we have Hangman Andrade a winner gets a world title match at Revolution. That should be awesome. MJF Burger King for real for the title. That should be sick. The mixed tag match with the head shaving thing,
Whatever.
that does nothing for me.
Wash and
Moxley
break.
Takeshita for the Continental title,
Hmm.
awesome. And then Baszler Mega Bad, like that should be solid.
Yep.
So I think like the 3 big matches that I'm really excited for look pretty good. Pretty strong card for a TV special. I'm a little disappointed no Fletcher,
Yeah.
but there should be some sick stuff. And I like at least with this time too with the Grand Slam thing, we kind of know what to expect. Like it's not a pay-per-view.
Hmm.
So like I'm looking forward to it. Like it looks pretty good.
It does. And speaking of good, I thought this show was really strong. I
I thought
mean,
this was a really strong show, yeah.
I loved the trios match. I loved Andrade. I thought the
I thought
main event was
fun. Harry
awesome.
Ricochet was also great to
Was really good.
Gabe Kid Connors. That
Yeah,
stuff was fun.
I'm gonna go A show.
Hey, really?
I think because I give A minuses. I gotta like the mixed.
I don't know if it's better than last week though.
You're right.
Like then I would retroactively bump up last week. So I'm gonna go. I think I'll go A minus.
I'll go A minus. You're right. I got ahead of myself. And the mixed tag was enough of a.
I think it's like just because like
Whatever.
and the women's tag was like just okay.
Yeah.
I think if I given last week a higher grade, I probably could go A with this, but it's like I don't think I liked it better than last week. I think it's at least on par.
Yeah,
but like
that's fair.
Back to back A range shows.
Yep.
Still fantastic. Like I thought there was so much to enjoy this week, and like I'm hoping next week's good too.
Yes, really good matches.
We've
Really
been on a strong run, I think.
Segments that are like helping a new group in the War Dogs or partnership, whatever they are. So yeah,
and what was the segment last week?
Great show.
Liked? It was something. I don't know.
There was something.
I know that was so helpful. The description I just gave.
Yeah. Okay, so
I know there's segments we like last week too.
We'll get moving because you want to get out of here. So we'll move into our trivia segment that we do every week. We call it Off the Top of His Head. So I am going one more year into the trivia we've been doing. So we're looking at best matches of 2020, right? Because I was like, oh, but that's 6 years ago. That's reasonable.
Yeah, I think it's within reason.
I think so.
I would even go 2021 just
Okay.
because a bit of AEW and like that was the last good year of NXT, so I would consider it.
I find this is where we start getting a lot of AEW stuff, right? Obviously.
Yes, this is like that's what I'm saying. Like then there'll finally be some good AEW stuff.
I'm gonna go off Meltzer. I'm gonna skip at New Japan stuff again because again, it's all like I'm looking at a run here of Climax Day 11, Day 15, Day 16, right? So, going back to October 7th of 2020 is the first. They're all 4.5 stars or better. So this one's 4.5 stars, and the event is Chris Jericho's 30th anniversary celebration.
So Dynamite.
Yeah, sorry, yes, it is.
I have no idea.
It is a dog collar match.
Oh, it's Rhodes and Brody Lee.
Or correct.
Brody.
Yes.
I forgot that's when that match was. I just remember being at Dynamite.
Then we go to AE Dynamite again. Number 50.
You just did it.
What?
You just did AE Dynamite.
Did I? Oh,
Yep.
Damn. It's been a while. AEW Dynamite. Number 56 taping, if that helps you.
No.
So one of them now in WWE in a mask. And somebody else.
Who's in AEW?
It's Penta and Omega. I think it's hard to get there. So then we go AEW Full Gear. Singles match, I'll give you.
Darby Allin.
Nope.
MJF.
Nope.
Moxley.
Nope.
Omega.
Yes.
Hangman.
Yes. Once you knew it was Omega, you know it's Hangman.
Yeah, because they
See, I think
off. This was them when they had their match in the finals of the Eliminator tournament, because this is how Omega gets the world title shot. And remember him and Callis turning heel on Moxley?
Yeah.
That's how we get there. And then they also face off at Full Gear the next year, because that's when Hangman was the title.
So I think something that doesn't work in your favor on this is when it's an AEW pay-per-view and I just like it's 4.5 stars, like that could be 3 or 4 matches, right? So you kind of
once it gets to a specific show, I can narrow it down to a few matches, but like it's still especially with like early AEW, there's pay-per-views are there's a lot of random matches, I find.
So we're going to the world of WWE, believe it or not. 4.5 stars, TLC.
So McIntyre and Styles?
No. Good Canadian boy.
Oh, Owens and Reigns?
Yes. In a TLC singles match, I think it was.
Yeah.
Then Stardom, no. NXT TakeOver Portland. I'll give you a tag match because there's another one coming up.
Fish O'Reilly Broserweights?
Correct.
I forgot about Bruiser.
Broserweights. Oh boy, I forgot to. NXT Takeover Portland singles match.
Ciampa Cole.
Ciampa Cole is correct. Tag match. No surprise once I see who's in it. From AEW Dynamite, February.
Young Bucks.
No.
Hangman and Omega.
Yes. Versus?
Lucha Brothers.
Correct.
Nailed it.
Yes, very good. Here's a tough one. WWE Friday Night SmackDown taping. 4 3/4 stars singles match.
Brian Styles.
Oh my, I was just trying to figure out hints to give you.
Intercontinental title.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember that.
I remember.
I'm sure it was awesome.
I don't think I watched it.
Dynamite Fighter Fest Night 2.
Moxley Cage.
Tag match. Many tag match.
Any tag. Young Bucks are in there.
Young Bucks are not. Oh, no, they are in there.
Yeah, they are.
Yep, Bucks and?
FTR.
Yes. Versus?
Butcher and the Blade.
Yes. And?
TH2.
No.
Proud and Powerful.
Think of brothers. Lucha Bros.
Uh-oh.
How dare you? A whole bunch of New Japan. NXT TakeOver War Games.
Was it the men's War Games?
Yeah, that's right. Who is in that?
Undisputed Era, obviously.
Yes.
And it's Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch.
Is that the worst War Games team ever assembled?
Remember when
Not that we don't like some
of them. It was
them.
when Pat McAfee was cool, though.
I guess.
That's when we liked him.
Whoa, that's rare. That was a blip on the radar.
That's when we liked him.
Okay. I remember this match, so that's how good it was. 5 stars.
Okay.
Or 5, is that 5 plus? Oh, no, 5. AEW Dynamite from September 16th. If I give you it's a very specific.
Darby Mox?
No, it's a very specific stipulation match. If I give you the name, you'll get it immediately. So it was tag with a stipulation.
Was it Parking Lot Brawl?
Yes, we loved it.
Yeah,
that match was so fun.
Match. That's a great match.
It really was. NXT UK TV, 5 stars.
Is it Gunther and or is it Walter Dragunov?
Of course.
Yeah.
What else
would it be?
What else could it even be?
That's genuinely one of the grossest matches I think I've ever seen.
So speaking of uncomfortable, right? Like that's
somehow that match is like up there in uncomfortability with like the 2 Swerve Hangman matches.
Right, and they're not using weapons and blood, and it's just like
oh, it's so bad.
Like
that's like peak Walter.
I'm gonna watch that at some point.
That match is the epitome of how good Walter used to be.
Yeah.
Not that he's not good now. It's
no,
just
he's great.
Chubby Walter though.
Yeah, Chubby Walter was where it was at. AEW Full Gear 2020.
Is it Mox Eddie?
A tag match. Sorry, go ahead.
Is it FTR and Bucks?
Yes, it is.
That was a good match.
Exactly.
That was the match. Remember where like Cash goes for a springboard 450 for the finish, and he misses it, and then that was part of the finish. I remember loving that finish because like the one time they go for a flip, that's when they lose.
Yes.
I remember thinking that finish was genius.
His highest rated match of 2020, 6 stars from Revolution.
It's Hangman Omega Bucks.
Of course.
That's like one of the best matches ever.
Yeah, and I think
I rewatched that because they put it on YouTube. Thankfully, that match is so good every time.
Yeah,
you got to watch that again.
Yeah. Oh, so I wanted to start this segment by because I was going to tell you off camera, and it makes me look dumb. So I was going to say it on camera. Ghost Jam, one of our couple people that regularly comments on stuff. By couple, I mean literally couple. Two regulars comment on things.
We're using the word correctly here.
So prove you exist and comment, so I could say that more than a couple people comment. But anyways, his comment was about he's close personal friends with Psycho Mike and I forget who the other person.
Did we get a picture of Psycho Mike? I thought we did.
And so maybe your reaction, maybe you're dumb too, because I don't think you're getting the gimmick either. Do you remember that we talked about that last week? Yeah. That we said any wrestler we've ever. So I thought I initially replied like he's being serious, and I was like, "Oh my god, we love Psycho Mike!" Like I was saying how his match with Danny Luna was one of our favorite. Yeah. And then
Jody Threat.
Oh, sorry, Jody Threat. Wow, I said Danny Luna. I think I even put in the
partners.
Sorry, Ghost Jam. I think I even put in the reply.
Now you're dumb twice.
Yeah, I'm dumb twice. And then so I actually posted that comment, and then realized, oh, he's in on the gimmick, and was like, "Ha, I see."
No, I assumed that.
I see what you did there. I didn't. Because I forgot we talked about it.
Well, to be in your defense, it's like he's an indie wrestler, so like there's more chance that like they are
true. Oh, it was Psycho Mike and Gringo Loco. That's who it was.
Gringo Loco.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Oh, I can't believe I said Danny Luna. Is what because she was on that show and looked really good?
Yes, and they were tag partners, to be fair.
True. Because I thought she looked kick-ass on that show.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I forgot who she was wrestling, but
we're going to quickly move into running down Raw, which I'm going to talk about two things, and then quickly this week's NXT. Final segment on the show, it is High Spots and Restholds. Raw this week, I only really saw two things I thought were notable. I texted you, I watched the entire Punk Roman Reigns exchange, and I thought
I
it was
saw, like, people talking about how the crowd is, like, dying at the end, though, like, because it goes so
it
long.
does go long for sure. There and not all of it was great, but I thought parts of it were really entertaining. They kind of just
I
felt like two guys that don't like each other, you know what I
saw
mean?
people ripping Punk's one line, though, because he's like, "I brought you in," even though it's very famously known, Reigns is the one guy in the Shield he
He didn't
didn't
want.
bring in,
Right.
so it's not true.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It's a
But, like,
it's a
it's just
wrestling
funny
show.
because it's like, you could say that to Rollins, and it's fine. You could say it to Ambrose, and it's fine.
Yeah,
He wanted Chris Hero.
right.
So
Uh,
it's just funny that, like, he says it to the one guy that, like, it doesn't really apply to.
yeah.
And, like, for me, it's like, I saw some lines of this, I was like, I did kinda like it too, but also, did you see Netflix cut the Zebros line? Because I think, like,
Oh, yeah.
they don't own that.
No.
But, like, it's just I can't get into it when it's these guys. It's just even though they haven't had a feud between each other, it's because we did the feud with them and Rollins last year, it doesn't feel fresh, even though it kind of is, but it's kind of not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
thought if they trim the fat, it was really good, and they have time to have these two go at each other, and it can be interesting,
like
but
I was telling you, I have no faith in them. It peaks here.
and again, it's too
You're gonna
old.
be dealing with this, like, same type of you're gonna have, like, I guarantee you're gonna at least, like, 2 more segments almost exactly like
And
this.
it's two
And you'll
old
probably get a
dudes,
pull-apart brawl.
nothing new, nothing fresh, but
That's what I'm saying, like, it's new-ish, but it doesn't feel fresh.
yeah,
And, like, there's just no I'm not interested in this. And you know what occurred to me too is so if Roman's picking him, it's the first time this title will main event Mania.
right.
You think Punk's ego loves that? The first
Yes,
time this title main event
absolutely
Mania,
does.
it's with him
Yeah,
as champion, and so he also gets the main event again.
yeah, and then
And he'll probably main event night 2, which he says he doesn't distinct 2 nights, but, like, come
he
on,
does.
everyone does.
He does.
Everyone does a little bit.
He doesn't have a distinction between them until he does night 2, and then suddenly that'll be, the most important
It's
thing
like
ever.
that's his thing. Yeah, okay.
I can't even remember what the other thing on Raw was that I was gonna talk about. Was there anything you saw that was
I mean, I was amused by, like, original Americano coming out to cost Americano his match against
right? That wa
Evans. I thought that was kinda funny.
that wasn't the thing. There was one other thing I noticed that I didn't write it down, obviously, so it couldn't have been that exciting. It might come back to me anyways, but yeah, that's the only thing I kinda took from Raw. NXT, so as you revealed to me last week, Ava is out. So the show starts with HBK talking to Robert Stone. And it's kind of funny because on one hand, he's like, you've been here a long time. You've always done whatever we ask, like a good employee, essentially. So we're making you the new interim. So you're awesome. You've done a great job here, and you can have this job until we can find somebody that we actually want to do this job. So it's like complimentary, but
Like,
kind of
we're
not.
replacing the position why?
Right. So, and again,
Unspecified?
it's like she didn't exist, except I have to admit, you do hear her voice because they summarize the title scene like ahead of the match early in the show. I think they did it, and you
Mhm.
hear her voice, but there's no mention of Ava being gone. There's no mention of why we
So
suddenly
funny.
need an interim GM. She just disappeared, vaporized into the ether, I guess. Opening match is Izzy Dame retaining her women's North American title against Thea Hale and Lola Vice. Actually, a pretty entertaining 11. I felt like this is like they were talking about Thea Hale's never been in a triple threat before, and this is kind of that next crop of women, right? So let's
Right.
give them this experience and
It's a
stuff.
logical crop for the mid-card title,
Right.
right? Like,
And they did a pretty good job here. Thea Hale had to deal with the culling at ringside at one point. Kalani Jordan factored into the finish because she came to take out Lola Vice because they have issues already,
mhm.
right? So it's sort of going down that path. So then Vice is out of the picture. Dame's distracted momentarily by the melee, so it looks like Hale might get the near fall, or she might get the title off a roll up, but it's just a near fall. And then shortly after, it was like a gut wrench power bomb, I think that Dame won with. So
I
pretty entertaining.
I saw I noticed it wasn't like the whatever her finisher was before
No,
the like the sky high kind of
Yeah,
thing.
no, it was a
I
doctor
noticed it
bomb, I
wasn't that.
guess. Is that what that is that a doctor bomb?
That
Yes, right.
if
So yeah,
it's the
pretty
sit it.
pretty good triple threat opener, I thought. Then we get one storyline. There's a couple stories being pushed throughout this show. The one is the Zarya Ruka situation. So we get a backstage segment where Zarya's a little bit bitter, clearly, that Ruka went to Saudi Arabia, put on a show in the
Mhm.
Rumble. But in the end, she's like, no, Zaruka is all good. So it's again like the tension, not tension thing.
Braxium is fine.
That's right. Then they have a tag match later in the show. And for their entrance, Zarya comes out first, right? And then I think the theme switches to Ruka, and Ruka like jumps over her, and it's like literally taking the spotlight. So Zarya
Yeah.
has a problem with that, and he shoves her a couple times there. Um, or maybe just pushed her once. Anyways, puts hands on her then. Then in the match, Zarya's refusing to tag in Sol Ruka. Ruka accidentally hits a soul snatcher to Zarya. It actually looked a decent because they're facing the Elegance brand. That's how much I care about them. I don't even mention who's in the match with them. So hits her with an accidental soul snatcher that leads into the finish where um, Ruka gets sent into the steps by Ash by Elegance, and then Zaruka ends up losing the match for them. 10-minute match. I don't care about the Elegance brand at all, so I just sort of tune out almost, even though I took notes on it, so not literally tuned out, but like I just don't care. Even though I think the taller one, I don't even know their names, is a
M.
M is a little bit intriguing. And the good news, remember how happy I was when Danielson finally came back? Because he's cleared to wrestle. Well, the opposite of that feeling. Because
Yeah,
Ash by Elegance is officially back, right? Like after all the sympathy, she's done forever, and no, she was done for a little while. Like I mean, good for her, I guess, but I don't care. The Chase U kids again, that's a storyline in this show as well. They're getting frustrated, especially Uriah Connors. Alexis King and his crew come in again. King again mentions Connors. Don't you want him to have his birthright? And of course, then the other one, Dixon, has a problem with this, and it's going to set up a match for later in the show. And then Chase U lose that match in 4 minutes because I think Connors doesn't make the save as Dixon takes the
yeah.
pinfall, right? So then the birthright, I'm going to call them that already because I think that's where we're going. Walk away. Connor stays in the ring. It's like, will he, won't he? And I don't think they fully committed. So they had him walk up the
I
ring.
saw the way they did it, I thought it was weird.
I kind of liked it because it's like he's 90% of the way to them, but they're
Yeah,
walking just
right.
ahead of him. So it's like it seems like he's definitely gone, but it's not like he went and high-fived them or hugged them or anything. So we're left somewhere in between. And I think Dempsey as well, because King has approached him and he's about to lose a match in a minute too. Tony D finally spoke, and I texted you, I think in the moment. It was really boring. He talks about
I thought the entrance was not bad.
no, they definitely put effort into his presentation, but I
Yeah,
was just kind of like, he talks about, being in the family and blah blah blah. His accent has faded away mostly, not completely.
like
Um,
Jamaican Kofi Kingston.
it was him explaining, yes, my character change is different. Don't be alarmed, sort of thing. And I have a problem with Dark State, so I'm going to take everything away from them. And then I have a problem with someone else, and I'll tell you that later. Ooh. So there's the suspense, I
Spooky,
guess.
so spooky.
So it was fine. They could have trimmed the fat on this as well, I felt like. Then I didn't know, but I'm super thrilled about it. Another speed tournament has started.
Because that's all you can do.
So actually, I'm okay with it because they used it. And I don't care about these matches because this was like under 3 minutes, I think it
Yeah,
was. So it's Ilio Lafleur. So they used it to get him a win. Cool. And then he beats Charlie Dempsey, right? We need to have
poor
him,
Dempsey. Dempsey's so cool,
but we need to have him doubting himself if he's going to be picked up by the birthright. So that's
I
fine.
guess.
It makes it, it's like another sort of,
But you could also accomplish this with a regular
you
match.
could. So they did this. So win for Lafleur. Dempsey is obviously going to be vulnerable probably to Lexus King and that group. Quick segment that just backstage shows us that Ethan Page and the Vanity Project are still somewhat aligned and that he's done trying to convince Miles Bourne to do the right thing. But because you guys, you'll listen and blah, blah, blah. And of course, they're sucking up to Ethan Page. So I'm totally fine with that affiliation. It makes complete sense, both storyline wise and just like getting these guys a mentor
Yeah.
like Page could be huge for them, right? Because they show signs of, a couple of them especially, being able to do stuff Page does character wise. So
I think in the Jackson Drake's kind of interesting.
He is. I have no problem with them in any capacity, right? Like I think they
Yeah,
have massive potential. Obviously, they're going to need to get bigger, all of
yeah,
them,
but that'll come.
but that'll come with time. Jada Parker's in the parking lot basking in like the crowds loving her outside, right? Because she's super popular right now, and I love her too. So she's attacked by Blake Monroe. They have to be separated by security. So logical step in their story without having anyone to cut a promo, I guess, was the thing. But JC Jane gets to cut a promo. So it sounds like she's getting ready to make Sol Ruka the next challenger. Zarya obviously has a problem with that. Jane should be worrying about her and not Sol Ruka. Kendall Gray comes out next. She knows she's now ready for a shot at JC Jane. Ruka comes out next. She just wants everyone to calm down and get along. Robert Stone comes out, and even though I think he's a babyface, I feel like this is a heel move because he's obviously very aware of the Zaruka situation, right? So did you hear the match he makes?
Mm-mm.
So Zaruka taking on Ren QCC with whoever gets the win gets a shot at Jane. So I kind of like as a step in, like it's obviously.
I do think it's interesting, yeah.
But it's funny that he, I think, is supposed to be a baby face, and he's like, nah. Let's put these girls in a spot where for sure.
I mean, maybe he's just trying to make an interesting show.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting. So it feels like, how many times have I said this? I'm like the breaking point for Zarya and Ruka, but
Yeah.
this is the 20th time doing this. And yeah, like a Stone with a heel move, like seeing they're struggling and really putting them to the test in a spot that's going to. Feels like Ren doesn't belong really in this. Like, does she deserve a title shot? Of course not. But
That
not
was
even
the one thing I thought of.
not even that I don't like her, but like she's there to take the pin, obviously, right? I think pretty clearly. So, anyways, could be interesting. We'll see. And then the only other thing was the main event, which was a 7-man ladder match. I sent you some screen
I
recordings.
saw some people talking about how far NXT's falling. So we used to have like gods as champion.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
This match was really good, though, I have to say. 23 minutes. They started out right away with people landing on ladders and then huge spots at the end, right? Like, I was not expecting Keanu Carver to take a spot like that.
I did see that. Yeah, that was pretty.
On a ladder, in the ring, tipped over the ropes, through a ladder on the outside. Like, really big spot. And then Saints as well. Man, he did nothing in this match. Like you could forget which I'm okay because they were focusing on some of the younger guys. Like Legacy looked pretty good, Jackson Drake looked pretty good, but he is involved in the finish, right? He also gets pushed off, and I sent you the clip too, where he like bounces off the ladder he lands on and
lands under the bottom rope,
rebounds up.
Like,
yeah, it looked really painful, and he's like holding his face as it ends. Carver got the beast booking right, and he got buried in ladders and all that stuff too. I thought Drake again and Legacy looked really good. Nice for them to get like experience in a match like this, like a chaotic ladder match, right? I thought it was a lot of fun, and matches in NXT these days rarely get like 23 minutes is a lifetime. It was kind of
PLE. That's
a lot. It is. I'm always like 14 mines, 15 minutes. So 21. This was the opposite of the main event of AEW that usually will do long ones and had a 2-minute one. So this was like a bizarro week for wrestling. Hendry wins. I don't love that decision, but
I'm not surprised.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what I expected, if I'm being honest. Like,
the tone of his character, unless they want to tweak it.
It's like a Tony Storm situation.
Not quite to that degree, but on that path.
But
yes.
Like,
yes. We're in the ballpark.
Right. Yeah,
and it's never my favorite thing. But anyways, the match was really good. And there's, again, NXT, it's a good time right now because I feel like there's actually a bunch of young talent who are wrestlers again and not just athletes coming in. So there's
kind of like where you want.
There's a layer of people I want to see them develop. So I'm kind of interested in it. But anyways, that's all I have. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
Look at that. We're getting you out close to when you wanted to get out. So we'll wrap up episode 290 here. Again, send a comment through any whatever platform you're on. I think I get them all. I'm not really sure. I don't know how to check Spotify and stuff. I'm hoping the company I use to put everything together lets me know. But maybe people are reaching out and I'm like, I always reply to everything and then I don't. But that's just because I don't know. I don't know how. I'm an old man. Give me a break. But anyways, we'll see you back here next Saturday for episode 291. And until then, everybody, take care.